Hello, hello.
Hi,
Good afternoon, Democles.
afternoon.
How's your day so far?
Good. How's your day?
Good too. I can hear the birds in the background where you are.
Yes, I love the sound of the birds,
Hmm.
but they can be annoying sometimes when I'm recording a video. People watch my videos not because they want to hear nature sounds, they want to learn mathematics. So it can be weird
Very
having the birds
distracting.
singing all the time.
Okay, I can respect this. But it's the price you have to pay when you live in paradise.
Yeah, I love it
So,
here.
which, by the way, I did look at some of your videos. I'm super impressed. I think that's wonderful that you take the time to to educate people to do this. Can I tell you, math was the worst subject for me growing up.
I get that
Um,
a lot.
I always had such difficult, and I'll be honest, still till this day, I have a lot of anxieties that are related to math because people never really wanted to take the time to really explain it to people sometimes. And I think it's wonderful that you're very detailed in how you're presenting what you're showing and what you're teaching in that moment. I'll be honest, a lot of the things that you were saying is like speaking another language, like Chinese to me. But the overall experience of being able to understand you and just just you're so clear, and I think that's very admirable. I appreciate that because I'm pretty sure in Brazil specifically you help a lot of people because there's a lot of people in Brazil that are doing like engineering, that are doing pharmacists, all these kinds of people, computer engineering. You need math for these
Exactly.
subjects. So I think it's wonderful. And your English channel is really cool too. I enjoyed that. That was cool.
I can tell you that I changed during the years in a way that now I would say I am more passionate towards English than I am towards mathematics. Would you
Okay.
believe that? I got a
I can
master's
believe
degree in
it.
math and I love it, of course. I love being a teacher and I miss being at school. I love to work from home, but I miss being around people and I want that back in my life as soon as possible.
Possible, of
But
course.
I would love to work with English. I don't know if I want to become an English teacher. I don't think that's the thing for me, but maybe become
Mhm.
some. I'm not sure what kind of profession I should do. But I would like to work speaking English.
I think that's a wonderful idea. I think you also have a lot of, because of now you being able to speak so versatile between English and Portuguese, you have a large benefit to that. And I think that's also going to influence your YouTube crowd, the things that you might be receiving and people, the traffic of people
Yes,
that are going to be watching you. And you have a great personality. You're a very personable person. You have character, and you're very, like, it's nice. It goes well. These things are important for, unfortunately, this is our society nowadays. This is what people are looking for, and if you got what people are looking for, you have to take full advantage.
well, I have to say that I admire that in you as well because I feel such a good energy coming
Mhm.
from you. And are you? I don't know a lot about you. Are you? Do you work as a teacher in New York? What do you do for a living?
So, my background is very mixed of a lot of things. I actually went to school for fine arts, and I did not graduate because I ended up leaving to work with my father for some time. My father is a custom furniture designer, and he does, a lot of kitchens, bathrooms, custom homework. So
Hmm.
I started working with him, and then I stopped for a while. because I got a little bored, right?
I
Because I was
understand.
young. And then I got into teaching at a daycare center, a
Mm,
private daycare for 10 years. And I was working at a daycare center that were kids between the age of 1 to 4 years old, and they were all Israeli. So they were all from Israel, and they all spoke Hebrew and English. And within those 10 years, I actually learned a lot of Hebrew.
cool.
And then my dad asked me to come back to work with him after my time. And then I worked with my dad up until COVID. And now I still work for my father, helping him do his payroll. I do different things to help him manage his business and everything. But now I've been doing mainly my income online with working, with Cambly, and a few other outlets that I also have because I have a son and I wanted to be at home more for him.
I understand.
Yeah, so, and that's my story in a little nutshell now.
So are there other websites that you teach English on?
No, Cambly is the first one, which now I've only been on Cambly for about 2 months, maybe a little bit longer. I actually learned about Cambly through YouTube and other Brazilian personalities on YouTube. And they said that that's how they were learning English. And I thought it was really nice because when I hear them speak, a lot of them had very nice vocabulary. And I thought that was impressive. So I'm like, let me look at this to find out. And I checked into it and I realized that they were hiring tutors right now because there was an influx of a lot of, you can't,
I lost you for like 50 seconds, I think,
oh, okay.
or so.
No, but you can hear me now?
Now I can. You were saying that you found out about Cambly watching YouTube videos.
Yes, YouTube personalities. And I was curious to find out. So I looked onto Cambly and I noticed that they were hiring because there was a large influx of students since the pandemic. A lot of people have been coming online to want to learn English. And I thought that was, I didn't know how well I would do because my experience is mainly with children. So I figured that conversational English would be uh, my best foot forward on Cambly, you know. And I really was looking forward to it because I noticed that there was a lot of Brazilians, and I felt like because of my language understanding, it
Right.
was going to be nicer for me to help and just talk to people. Plus, I love meeting Brazilian people because where I live, even though I am in New York, there is not too many Brazilians like
Mm.
around where I live.
Do
So,
you feel more Brazilian or more American?
oh man, that's such a hard question
You
for
know
me.
what I want you to say.
Okay, so it's so weird because I think I have like something wrong with my personality. I don't know. Like I'm confused because when I go to Brazil, everybody thinks I'm too American. But when I'm here in America, everybody says that I'm too Brazilian. So it's like, where do I go? Where do I go? I always felt like I feel a little more Brazilian. I feel Brazilian, but stuck living in New York. That's what I feel like. And I think the only reason why I could say I really feel Brazilian is because I really had, I was very privileged in the sense where I got to spend a lot of time growing up in Brazil. 3 months out of the year, every year, is a long time
Yes.
for someone. And it really made me appreciate, it's okay. Let me know when. Now?
No.
Now. Okay. It made me appreciate my language, my culture, my family so much more. It made me realize that a lot of Americans are they think that they're better than everybody else.
That's
Um,
sad to hear.
sometimes, I mean, but it's truthful. It's sad, but it's truthful.
Yeah, I hear some Americans Not here on Cambly, but when I play video games, they act like, and they say out loud that they think America is the best country in the world. Everything is better in America.
Yeah.
I don't think that's,
It's
I don't like that competitive.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like that thing.
I don't like that competitiveness. No.
I have heard some people say, people that travel the world, they say that although America is a developed country with many good characteristics,
Hmm.
uh, they say it's not the best country to live. Thinking about the developed world, there are other countries where they feel like it's better to live there. They have
100.
their reasons. But I'm sure there are good sides and bad sides, right, in every country. So I don't think it's good to say that, oh, my country is the best in the world. Everything is better here, and many feel like that.
I think that's I great thought, because it's true. It is true. A lot of them want to always compare, but the truth is, when you come from a country like, let's say, Brazil, or maybe even India, who's very poor, and you think of America, you think of this big dream. You see those movies, you see these shows. And I remember when I would grow up, my cousins would come up to me and ask me, do the high schools really look like that?
Yeah.
Do you guys have all these things? Because they would watch these movies with kids in high schools and different things. And when I had to explain to them that some schools are like this, but the average school is not. Those are schools that are either private schools or schools that live in neighborhoods that, here in America, our tax money pays for public schools. So depending on where you live in what neighborhood, the public school is going to reflect the taxes that the people in that community pay. So, as you know, as a mathematician, if somebody's obviously only making, the school is only going to have a smaller budget. So some schools have none of this that you see. And then they come here thinking, oh, my child is going to have the best of everything. And it might not always be that way.
It depends on where you go.
Yeah, it depends on where you go. 100%. 100%. And for me, I will always tell any Brazilian, if they are going to come, go to a major city, even though I know it's more expensive, but you're better off there because the community of Brazilians are already small enough. So at least you have something that you can relate to if you want to be within people. Like, I know I can contact more Brazilian people here than if I lived in Minnesota or Wisconsin.
I understand. In a small place, in a small city. I can only imagine how lonely one can be living in a different country, not having any people from your culture around you. That can be very sad, I think. That's why when people ask me if I would like to live in the United States, I say I would like to go and visit, maybe spend a few months, but I love being around my family here in Brazil. I would not leave my parents for a long period of time. No. I want to spend my time close to my relatives. Is relative a word that refers to all members of a family, relatives, or just for the parents?
You can, it can reserve to anybody in the family. It could be, you can say my relatives as in my parents, but you can say like my relatives as in your family members. So it can work both ways, just depend on how you sentence it.
Thank you. I wouldn't want to be a part of them, my relatives in general. I live really close to everyone I love.
No, and I think that's wonderful. I think that's what I've always wanted, because I'm the first American. Me and my brother are the first American born here. And all of my family is in Brazil. People that I call Chia and Chiu here aren't really like Sangyu, so
I get it.
So it makes a difference. Oh, I just realized we have a few seconds. I enjoyed our conversation.
Me too. I am sure I will schedule new lessons with you. I love your energy. I love talking to you.
Yes, me
I wish you
too.
have a nice day.
I look forward. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Bye.
Bye.